What's up, boys? I got a pair of NBA player props for you guys today over on prizepicks, but also other sites as well. But if you guys are not on prizepicks, I highly do recommend joining. Use my code DOMG. Link is down in the description below. I'll talk more about that in a second, but I have a pair of player props for you guys in today's video for October 24th. And we've had a great start here to the NBA season. So I'm hoping to keep that going today on October 24th. So let's just hop straight into it. Again, though, link to prizepicks is down in the description below. You guys must be 18 years or older, and it is available in most states and most of Canada. So definitely make sure you guys check it out. 100% deposit match. If you guys deposit $60, they'll give you guys another $60 to add to your promo funds. $120 total to play with. I'll try to make this intro nice and short for you guys, but the Patreon is available. We are now up to 225 members. So if you guys want to join those other people, you guys can join the Patreon. Link is down in the description below for that. You guys get access to all my plays, ranked and everything. The top play hit yet again yesterday, so we've been killing it with the top play, and we had a pretty solid day. I think so we hit pretty much the top two. Well, we hit the top play, and the second top play ended up pushing, so you know, that's still profit. We'll take that all day if you were to pair those two top plays. But linked to the Patreon is down in the description below. 225 members. All my plays, you guys get my rankings. Every single play ranked. You guys get write-ups, all that different stuff. NFL $10.99 or just NBA for $11.99, or all sports, which is NFL and NBA regular season combined for $15.99 a month. So to recap, prizepicks link down in the description below. Patreon link down in the description below. And finally, just make sure you guys leave a like on the video and subscribe and have those post notifications on, because I'll be releasing an NFL video right after this one. So make sure you guys stay subscribed to the channel with those post notifications on, and let's hop into these two player props for you guys in today's video. Okay, so let's start with my favorite play of these couple. Make sure you guys, by the way, tilt your own risk and look into these more on your own. Make sure you guys always do those things. But we're going to hop in and take a look at Kyrie Irving over 5 assists. I like Kyrie Irving here over 5 assists here. That's going to be my top play, at least at the moment. I'll see if something else I like a little bit better than this, but I love the floor here at 5 assists for Kyrie Irving. I would be very surprised if he did not get 5 assists against Memphis, unless there's like something crazy happens. But let's take a look at this game here. So down here, this game is a 1-point spread with Memphis being a 1-point favorite, and the over-under is 233. So both great looks here. Should be a high, fast-paced game with a lot of points scored, and it should be a pretty close one as well with only a 1-point spread. So this is just like a recipe for success right here. I'm not saying it's gonna hit, man, but I love the game script right here. So should be a pretty close game, a lot of points scored. That's great when you're taking a look at an assist prop. Kyrie Irving game log here. Let's take a look at this here. So let's just kind of dive in here and take a look at why I like this prop here. So right here, so he's a plus 110 to go over 5.5. So he's a plus 110 to go over 5.5. He's at least pushed this in 12 out of 13 games this season. At least in his last 13, I'm sorry, not this season, but he's at least pushed in 12 out of his last 13 games. But he's hit this in 8 of those games. So he's hit in 8 of those last 13 games, and he's had 5 and 7 this season. So he's already pushed one time this season, but he did hit in the last game, as you guys can see right here. He had 7 against Toronto, and he had 5 against the Pelicans right there. So, and he also had 8, by the way, against Memphis last season. So if we take a look at his past games versus, why did I put in versus Raptors? I meant to put in versus the Grizzlies. I don't know why I did that. All right, we're taking a look at the Grizzlies here. He had 8 assists against them last season right there. So I'm loving the spot here against Memphis right here. He had 8 assists last game against Memphis right there. So that's my prop right there. It's going to be my favorite of the day. Kyrie Irving over 5 assists, at least at the moment. We'll see if Patreon gets some extra another top play, but right now that is my favorite play. And by the way, tons of other props available over on the Patreon. I've had them posted since like 9 in the morning this morning, so yeah, make sure you guys subscribe over there if you guys want some extra player props. And yeah, that's pretty much about it for that one. Let's take a look at the second prop here though. Let's go with actually a first half player prop. This is going to be exclusive to prizepicks. By the way, there's tons of different categories on this prizepicks board. There's going to be much more than this, by the way. They just haven't been able to get all the props on the board quite yet. But we're going to hop over to NBA first half. So I haven't seen too many other sites have this. I don't even know if there is another site that has first half player props like this right here. And there's tons of value on this board, I'm telling you guys. Again, use my code DOMG, must be 18 years or older, available in most states. But let's take a look here. And I want Tyler Herro over 9.5 points here in the first half against the Toronto Raptors. So that's probably why I accidentally put in Kyrie there against the Raptors. But Tyler Herro, I like him over 9.5 first half points against Toronto, and let me explain this one through. He's minus 120 to go over 19.5 full game points. So that's why he's cut in half right here to 9.5. He had 12 in 11 minutes last game against the Raptors, who he actually just played. He's hit this in 5 straight games, by the way. I'll show you guys how many games he's actually been hitting in straight, but he had only 11 minutes in this game against Toronto due to foul trouble. He had 3 first half personal fouls, which is why he only played 11 minutes, yet he still had 12 points. If he plays the full like 18 minutes that he's usually playing like the first half, he should be able to have, you know, at least 10 points, like by far. I mean, he just had 12 and 11 minutes against Toronto literally 2 days ago. So I'm loving the spot here for Tyler Herro. I think you should be able to get it done. He's hit this prop in 6 straight games. Let's take a look here at this. Let's take a look at the game first. Take a look at the game script. It doesn't really matter as much when it comes to the first half, but it definitely still does matter. 3.5 point spread here for Miami, 215 over-unders. The over-under is a little bit lower, but that's just because of how the Heat really play. The Heat are one of the slower paced teams, I believe. But this is how we've been, man. So 12 points, 15, 16, 10, 16, and 11. So 6 straight games he has hit this in. So I'm loving the spot right there for Tyler Herro. Actually, is this thing, I don't think I included the playoffs in this here. So we got to actually include the playoffs here. And then we can take a look here. So actually has not been 6 straight because he's had 12, 15, and 16. So 0, 4, 7 he actually had against Boston, who was definitely a tougher matchup. But you also have like the Philly games, you have the Atlanta games, all that different stuff. So for this season, you know, he's done pretty damn good, man. 16, 15, and 12. So I'm loving the spot for Tyler Herro here. And this is what his game log looks like against the Raptors in his entire career. So his last 2 games he's been over with 11 and 12 and 11 and 18 minutes. Last time he had 18 minutes, by the way, he had 14 points. However, this game in 2020, he had 17 minutes, but only 2 points. So that's really the only bad spot I think he's really been in when you take a look at the minutes. So hopefully he doesn't have all his personal fouls. I mean, he had 4 personal fouls in that game too as well, where he had 18 minutes and 11 points. So just hopefully he doesn't rack up those fouls. It is a first half player prop though, and I'm liking the spot for him to grab at least 10 points in this game right here. So those are my 2 player props for you guys. Let's take a look at some leans and other things like that, just real quick. But again, finally, last time I'm going to say this here, prizepicks link down in the description below, and also the Patreon link is down in the description below if you guys want access to my write-ups, all my player props that I'm playing, and having all of them ranked by confidence level. NFL, NBA, and all sports, all available. 225 current members. But that's pretty much about it right there. I have an NFL player prop coming for you guys for sure. But let's take a look at some other things here. Other props that I've been a little bit interested in. Actually, I'm a little bit interested in, where are you at? Where are you at, man? Where's he at? Where are you, Franz? I don't even see him. There he is. All right, Franz Wagner here. So over 4.5 rebounds. I like the spot for him here. He did miss against Detroit, but 7 and 6 against Atlanta and Boston. This is just a lean for me. I'm not personally playing this. I love my 2-pick powers, by the way. So I personally 2-pick powered Herro and, of course, Kyrie Irving. But that's pretty much my main lean right there. There are some other things that I've been looking into. I don't think they had all the Bulls props up before. So I think they just now added them. They just added the Denver and Portland game onto the board. I'll have to take a look into that because that was not on the board before I started recording. But of course, we did take a look already at Kyrie Irving. Ben Simmons is definitely very interesting. Let's take a look at Ben Simmons here. I don't have him on the Patreon right now. I was kind of debating here between 7 rebounds and 6.5 assists. I don't know, man. I like both the spots for Ben Simmons here. Over 6.5 assists and over 7 rebounds. He's only played 2 games this season, but you got to take away this game in just a little bit because he didn't play as many minutes in that game. But he played his normal like 35 minutes or something like that. Somewhere around there against Toronto right there. He had 8 assists in that one and then 10 rebounds in that one. He did not have the full minutes against the Pelicans. He was in the 20s when it came to minutes in that game. But Ben Simmons, I like the spot for him. Hopefully, you know, I just feel like I get really pissed if Ben Simmons missed a prop, to be honest. But yeah, that's going to do it, man. Seriously, do appreciate watching. Make sure you guys, again, subscribe. Seriously, would appreciate it. Turn those post notifications on so you guys do not miss NFL coming later today. Tailor your own risk, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys.